Today is August 3rd. These are most important events on this day through history. Martha Stewart, who was born August 3rd, 1941, is an American businesswoman, writer, and television personality. She hosted two long-running television shows named Martha and Martha Stewart Living. On this day in 1984 was born Ryan Lochte, an American competitive swimmer and an 11-time Olympic medalist, 5 gold, 3 silver, and 3 bronze. He has won a total of 77 medals. On this day in 1926 is born Tony Bennett, an American singer of traditional pop standards, show tunes, and jazz. He has sold over 50 million records worldwide. Palos de la Frontera is a town and municipality located in the southwestern Spanish province of Huelva, in the autonomous community of Andalusia. It is most famous for being the place from which Columbus set sail in 1492, eventually reaching America. On August 3, 1492, the Pinta, Nina, and Santa Maria sailed from Palos. On board were Christopher Columbus and the Pinzon brothers, who were natives of Palos. Palos is also the site of the Rabida Monastery, where Columbus consulted with the Franciscans about his plans for organizing an expedition of discovery. The 3 ships landed in America on October 12, 1492. The Santa Maria foundered in American waters, but the other 2 ships returned to Palos on March 15, 1493. In 1936, Owens arrived in Berlin, Germany to compete for the United States at the Summer Olympics. Adolf Hitler was using the Games to show the world a resurgent Nazi Germany. He and other government officials had high hopes that German athletes would dominate the Games with victories. Meanwhile, Nazi propaganda promoted concepts of Aryan racial superiority and depicted ethnic Africans as inferior. Owens countered this by winning 4 gold medals, 100 meters, 200 meters, long jump, and 4x 100-meter relay. On August 3rd, he won the 100-meter sprint with a time of 10.3s, defeating teammate college friend Ralph Metcalfe by a tenth of a second and defeating Tinus Assendarp of the Netherlands by 0.2 of a second. On this day in 1940, Italian forces began the invasion of British Somaliland. The Italian conquest of British Somaliland was a military campaign in the Horn of Africa, which took place in August 1940 between forces of Italy and those of several British Commonwealth countries. The expedition formed part of the East African Campaign. On Wednesday, August 3, 1977, the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and Subcommittee on Health and Scientific Research of the Committee on Human Resources held hearings on Project MKUltra, the CIA's program of research in behavioral modification. Project MKUltra, sometimes referred to as the CIA Mind Control Program, was the code name given to an illegal program of experiments on human subjects, designed and undertaken by the United States Central Intelligence Agency. Experiments on humans were intended to identify and develop drugs and procedures to be used in interrogations and torture, in order to weaken the individual to force confessions through mind control. Organized through the Scientific Intelligence Division of the CIA, the project coordinated with the Special Operations Division of the U.S. Army's Chemical Corps. The program began in the early 1950s, was officially sanctioned in 1953, was reduced in scope in 1964, further curtailed in 1967 and officially halted in 1973. On this day in 2013, died Dixie Evans. She was an American burlesque dancer and stripper. On this day in 2014 died Edward Bede Clancy. He was an Australian Roman Catholic bishop and cardinal. On this day in 2012, died Martin Fleischmann. He was a British chemist noted for his work in electrochemistry. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. William Penn.